To understand biological complexity, we must look at organisms from millions of years ago. They first started from single-celled organisms and became more and more complex. Evolution has produced increasingly complex organisms made of more and more specialized cells. These organisms underwent many adaptations involving reorganization rather than linear increase in complexity. The study of this complexity, the interaction between the cells in these organisms, is called systems biology. It studies the interaction between components of a biological system rather than studying them on their own. For example, let us look at a human as a biological component. The study of one person doesn't give us much information of a place, but looking at the communities, businesses, cultural practices, and interactions among people of different age groups and professions give us a more holistic view of the place. Similarly, systems biology doesn't study a single gene or protein in isolation. Instead, it examines how many biological components interact and influence each other, giving us a more complete picture of how living systems function. Keeping track of all these complex interactions can be quite difficult. This is where computational biology comes in. Looking at a city again, computational biology is like a roadmap or a GPS system for a particular area. Instead of going in and spending time exploring every corner of the city, the GPS system can give you an overview and guide you to where you want to go. But what use is it to us to understand these complex systems? What does systems biology help us understand? What if I told you it helps us develop drugs and revolutionize the pharmaceutical industry as we know it? Those pills which you take every time you feel pain or sickness all went through a rigorous clinical trial before being declared safe for the public. These clinical trials are usually done by a CRO agency. CRO stands for Contract Research Organization, and they are responsible for running these trials for pharma companies using wet labs. The issue with this is that it is very time-consuming and expensive. This is where digital CRO agencies come in. These agencies run tests digitally and give valuable information about the drug before testing it in real life. Think of it like building a car. Instead of building it from scratch over and over until you get the desired product, it lets you create digital versions which you can test out virtually before you settle on the final designs. This saves a lot of time and money. MoMA by SBI is one such digital CRO agency which uses the concept of systems biology and computational biology to revolutionize drug trials. MoMA stands for multi-omics, multimodal. What does this mean? Omics refers to the different collections of biological molecules such as DNA, proteins, or metabolites. Multi-omics refers to the study of all these collections of molecules together. For example, just studying the population of a city doesn't give us much information about it, but looking at its people, its architecture, transportation system, governance, and policies gives us a much clearer view of how the whole city functions. Multimodal refers to integrating different data types together, for example, text, images, audio, and video to enhance understanding. Taking the example of the city again, maps, traffic data, business activity, and social interactions all give us different perspectives of the city, and together they give a more complete understanding of it. Bringing all this information together gives scientists a much more holistic view of what is going on in the body, making it easier to detect any issues during drug trials. This information can then be used by AI to run simulations and predictions to figure out the best drug. For decades, drug discovery has relied on trial and error. But as we begin to understand biology as an interconnected system, a new approach is emerging. MoMA brings together systems biology, computational modeling, and data to create a deeper understanding of disease, helping scientists design smarter, faster, and more precise clinical trials.